Hey everyone, I hope you can hear me. Having a little technical difficulties here, but welcome to Monday Musings with Sarah. I'm Sara R. Turnquist, multi-published clean historical romance author and independently published author. I would like to introduce you to Cindy, I'm going to add her to the stage. Cindy, my producer, and she is also dog wrangling this morning. That is our new puppy. His name is Duffy. He's so happy to meet you. He is the assistant to the writer's assistant, who is actually not in his bed right now. Blue is actually right here next to me. So we're not going to see much of the blue cam today because he's just not doing much. All right. What I wanted to, I'm going to remove you, Cindy, if that's okay. But you're still back there with Duffy. What I wanted to talk about today was the importance of being prepared. And I know that a lot of writers struggle with procrastination. So being prepared is a difficult thing. But I love all things organization, even if I am a procrastinator. And so I really like having checklists and marking things off. I'm one of those people that will even write something I already did so that I can mark it off. But I did a talk for ACFW Virginia, their virtual conference this last weekend. And so, of course, I needed to spend time writing my talk, then getting it into I wrote down what I wanted to say about the topic. I talked about indie publishing, the good, the bad, the opportunity. So I made an outline of what I wanted to talk about. I fleshed out the outline. But for me, my talk doesn't come together until I do the slides. So the keynote is what I use with the Mac products, but PowerPoint, same kind of idea. I would say same thing, but the Mac users out there will be like, no, it's not the same thing. I get that. I get you. I feel you. But anyways, putting the slides together actually anchors the talk for me. And then I practiced it with Cindy and with my husband and got my timing down. And so then I felt more ready to go. I always have nerves before I talk, less for the Monday musings because I'm really just talking with you guys like I would talk to you over coffee in my living room. We're actually talking over coffee in my office. How's that? But that was for the talk. The other thing I needed to get prepared for was for the rough draft challenge, which some of you are doing NaNoWriMo this month. Some of you are doing different kinds of challenges. I've decided to do Sarah Cannon's, her channel is Heart Breathings, do her rough draft challenge. And so I had some things I had to get ready for that. I had to get my coffee beans together. I've talked about these before. So for every 200 words I write, I move a coffee bean from this container over to this one. And you can see I have not as many coffee beans as I would like, but I've made some positive progress, and that is encouraging me to get more words on the page. So I got my coffee beans ready. I got my notebook together. So this notebook is a Stalogy, and I put in some inspiration photos for my story, but I also have taken lots and lots of just brainstorming type notes. And then the thing I'm working on the last couple of days is outlining. And I know there's going to be some pantsers out there that are like, oh, outlines, plotting, ugh. And I feel you. I am actually a pure pantser by nature, but I have found that the writing comes faster and more efficiently with less rewrites if I will spend time with my characters ahead of time, developing the characters. Y'all have heard me talk about that, but also do somewhat of a skeleton outline or do that inside outline. I think the author is Jenny Nash, who talks about the blueprint of a book. I think is what the book is called, where she talks about the inside outline. That is one of her methods, and I have found it very helpful in creating that what I call a skeleton outline. but it also helps you develop the external plot story along with the internal character journey at the same time. So 2 for 1. How can you not like that? But I also put my other notebook together, and this notebook says it's a good day to write. And this has some inspiration from Sarah Cannon's packets, but I kind of designed the sheets to look the way that they made the most sense for me. So every day I have my beginning word count, how my mood is, my intention for the day, the scenes I want to write today, the word tracker for the scenes I wrote. And then at the end of the day, something I'm loving about the story, and just a general wrap up of how the day went. And so I have found that doing that helps me not only track my progress, but also feel more connected to the story. So that's getting ready for the Rough Draft Challenge. And now that we're in November, it is time to start getting ready for the holiday season. Oh my goodness, can you believe it is here? But I also am big fan of a lady named Casey Pratt. She is the mastermind behind Anchored Women. That's anchored women, or anchored-women.com. And she does a holiday planning workshop that is just fantastic. Helps you really think through what's important this holiday season. And I'm going to add here, she has this plan a peaceful holiday season packet. And I won't go through the packet because that's her proprietary information. But I love how she calls it plan a peaceful holiday season, because so often what we go through in the holiday season is very hectic. It's very reactionary instead of being proactive and planning and creating opportunities. It's not that things can't happen spontaneously, but I think it's important to create the space for those opportunities. Like, for example, Cindy will come over at some point and we'll do cookie decorating. So that needs to be on the calendar, because if I don't put it on the calendar, it's not going to happen. Not because I don't want to do it, and not because Cindy doesn't want to do it, but because the holidays can be hectic. So I think it's helpful to sit down this week, if you can, just pull out a calendar of November, a blank calendar of November and December, and look through and try to plan what is important for you to happen in this season. It may even be worthwhile for you to sit down and journal a little bit about what you want to feel at the end of the holiday season, what you want to have accomplished during the holiday season. One of the fun things that we do in our family is the Jólabókaflóð. I'm probably not saying that right. It's an Icelandic tradition where you do a book exchange. They do it on Christmas Eve, but because my family is one of those that we open our presents on Christmas Eve, we do our Jólabókaflóð on the 23rd of December. So that's one of the fun things that I want to plan for. I want to make sure that each of my kids and my husband and I have a book to open that day, and that we have hot chocolate ready, and that we have the fireplace going, and that we just all sit around and read. Doesn't that sound amazing? It actually really, really is. The ages that my kids are at, it is perfect for them. They love just getting that new book. Last year I didn't even read. I just sat there with my book and basked in the wonderfulness that was all of us in the same room, nobody trying to run off and do anything, no electronics, but we were all enjoying that Jólabókaflóð together. So I love that. It's definitely going to be on the calendar, but we can't put everything on the calendar. So it's important to pick and choose what is most important to you. What are you wanting to your family to experience this season? And for me, it's peace. I want a peaceful holiday season. I don't want to be running here and there and everywhere. So those are my thoughts. Let's check in on the blue cam. Let's see. He's still not there. He's still right here beside me. He has been a little bit interesting since we've gotten the puppy. There are days that they get along really well and days that they fuss like siblings. So that's just that. I will keep you informed about how the puppy training is going, how the puppy life is going, and I hope you have a great week. I hope you get a chance to write this week, and I hope you get a chance to sit down and think about your holiday season for just a minute. But I will see you next time.